let's get into Rare Books USA store monthly reports. Like I said, I have actually a YouTube channel for this that I'm going to start live in January 2025. I haven't launched it live yet because I just wanted to get some content rolling and have it scheduled and good to go, so people aren't thirsty for content when I get the ball rolling. But some gematria again: art sales, antique, vintage books, 333 English ordinal. Rare Books USA eBay store is a subsidiary of Data Productions Media. Goal: taking book company public one day. Earnings report style monthly updates, tracking sales, expenses, future business advancements. Dividend portfolio is asset of Rare Books USA for financing, which is going to come into play. And so just a little review of what I've done this year thus far. Obviously, we have a couple of days left before the end of the year. And so, but it's close enough. So what have I done Rare Books USA this year? So I've sold over 250 items, 251 items thus far. I've gained 21 followers. Out of the 251 items I've sold, I've received 115 positive feedbacks, which is awesome. My goal is about 50% positive feedback return. So I'm a little under that, but it's still a good number. Total sales up into this point, $6,873. I'm going to be closing in on $7,000 by the end of the year, hopefully. So that's a good backbone and base bone for where I can go in 2025. And so net sales on eBay is going to be about 4,500. And what have I sold by category? So I've sold 40% have been antiquarian collectible books, right online with my Rare Books USA. And regular books about 33%, 32%. Magazines about 7%. Some sports memorabilia, collectibles. So there's a lot of great things going. And then I want to bring up, I did my first $2,000 sales month in the month of December, obviously because of the holidays, people buying gifts for everyone. So Q4 was a really good one, and I was excited for what Q4 was going to bring. I forecasted out even last month $5,000 for the end of the year, and then we're going to do over $2,000 worth of that going forward. So I'm happy. I'm very happy with the first 6 months of this book business. We're going to keep grinding and take this higher and further, moving along my business journey. I have big goals, big dreams for this. So the Rare Books USA 2025 forecast, $20,000 in sales, low range. I'm for mid range, 20,000, low range, 25,000 mid range. High range is going to be 30,000 plus. We'll see what happens there. And how I'm going to get there? Well, first I'm going to buy a new MacBook. I'm going to be using the dividend, DiviPack money, which we're going to go over what I sold. It's going to be an equipment expense, and it's going to be a big equipment expense too. I haven't bought a laptop in over 13 years. I'm still on a MacBook mid 2012. So when I get this new laptop, probably going to be a MacBook M4, souped up. Hopefully I have this MacBook for another 10 years. I'm a formulate a winning 99 cent auction strategy for books I don't want listed long term. Try and just gain back as much money as I can from the books I don't want to list, the duds. People will say, worry about listing better books, worry about getting money. But when you try to build a business, if you can shore up your leakage, your back end, those hidden expenses, that's what makes you that makes you more practical, a safer business. It puts a floor on your business, right? And it doesn't take a whole lot of much effort to make sure that you know where your costs are going and you're recouping any costs that you can. And that's the difference with me. Yes, I'm going to be selling newer books, keep sourcing, keep growing. That's how you grow your business, the growth, keep selling better books, more expensive books, keep finding books. That's growth. Keep doing that. Boom, boom, boom. But my goal is also to run a valuable company as well, a shored up financial backing company. And so we'll work on that. I'm going to start doing whatnot shows for my more restricted and censored books. I hope to become a full-time bookseller in 2025, where I can quit my 9 to 5 job currently. If I can make a certain amount per year and it makes sense and I gain my time back, I think that's the best. And I'm gonna do a simple SEC filing template starting in 2025 for Rare Books USA when I take this against other OTC stocks, penny stocks. And for my divvy pack, I'm still have about a 5% yield overall when we get to it. So that's kind of the forecast with the Rare Books USA. It's rudimentary right now, but in 2025, we're going to get even more specific. We're going to break down the expenses. We're going to really get into it. It just didn't make sense doing it any earlier because I didn't have all the things set up that I needed. Right. So I have all the different accounts set up so I can track my expenses a lot easier. So I'm excited, and stay tuned for that. We got a lot going. And so I'm just going to do a quick book reading again from the Economic Survey of the Book Industry, just a quick one, just to get my reading chops in and get everybody acquainted for what we're trying to do at Rare Books USA. What it says: what are the main findings from this survey back in the Great Depression? This was a reprint, remember? What were the main findings? Only to make the succeeding discussion more concrete, the main findings in this report may be summarized as briefly as possible as follows. Management and control methods are generally inadequate, particularly in the publishing and distributing branches. Hazards and wastes are unnecessarily high throughout the industry. The economic burdens are inequitably distributed between various branches. Because of this, and because of haphazard attempts to readjustment, relations between the branches are unsound and lead to further uneconomic practices. No entirely new distribution system is at present possible, but the existing machinery under present conditions is incapable of handling a reasonable volume of profitability. The educational processes which create new readers are weakened at the number of danger points. The methods for promoting reading and book buying are inadequately organized and planned. Management principles and detailed methods which can be applied to each of the important departments in each branch. Good. Okay, as a result of these findings, specific plans and programs are recommended for the following major objectives. So these are the plans and programs this book suggests. Management principles and detailed methods which can be applied to each of the important departments in each branch. Anti-waste program, methods for reducing the hazards, means for accelerating the flow of money through the industry, programs for bettering inter-branch relations and improving trade practices, means for redistributing the burdens of and opportunities for profit, practical organization for integrating the distribution system and improving its efficiency, programs for strengthening those forces which are involved in the making of readers, practical organization for developing underdeveloped markets, practical organization and programs for promoting book buying. Each of these findings and recommendations include, of course, a large number of facts on different phases and a wide range of individual projects. And so some of the things, and that's actually kind of interesting because a lot of what they brought up, the problems and solutions, it's the same thing now. When we talk about waste, I just talked about it. I have a bunch of book waste, but they're kind of good books. I just need to find a place for them. So I'm probably going to start a new eBay store with book baseball cards that I just found and 99-cent auctions for semi good books that people don't want to pay full price for, and I don't mind only making $1 off of just because I want to get rid of it and get some money back. Squeeze as much juice out of your inventory as possible. That's return on investment. That's return on capital, return on equity, right? All those different things. What you have, you want to make sure you get a return off. And so we're going to get into the data divvy pack. Now, if you've been following the data divvy pack, you can see I only have 3 stocks in it now. And my portfolio is essentially cut in half. Now, you might look at this and you say, Art, what happened? Well, partly I took half out because I'm buying a new laptop early in 2025. So I took literally all my winners, and usually you don't want to do this in investment, but I took all my winners because all of them were ones that, even though I was winning, I didn't have as much conviction for, and the risk to opportunity for where they're at wasn't as valuable as these three I still have, because I firmly believe in these three. I still have realty income, monthly income, real estate, but it's mostly grocery store type of real estate, commercial, Walgreens, dollar stores. So they're not going anywhere. Very good at this price. Awesome. Only down 5%. WBA down 38%, but in 61 shares. But this is a turnaround play. Again, the FCT is on Big Pharma's neck, the PBM's neck. So they should be seeing good margin soon. Buyout talks. I think a buyout is probably going to be over $20 if that comes. So, my cost per share is about 15 something on that. And then my favorite dividend stock right now, in my heaviest position by far, is NAT, Nordic American Tankers. I have about $1,600 in this, $1,600 in this, 500 shares, down 27%. But I mean, this is like a 13% dividend. They've been closing deals with the time charter rates about 35, I think like $35,000 per day. So they're raking in money. They're sitting in a nice place. Management, the CEO and the CEO's son, who's on the board as well, grossly buying shares, like just so many shares. So I'm happy. I think the oil tanker industry is not going anywhere anytime soon. Oil demand still on the rise. ESG is not as potent as what the media would say. It's still going to be here, but oil is still here to say. The tanker industry is still needed. There's a supply issue with tankers not on the water, so that's what's keeping prices higher. And as you see, we are negative $885 for this month off these three stocks. So we're down 24.8% going into the year, but that's fine, totally fine. That's where the divot pack is at right now. And let's get into the realized results for the year. And so this is the realized results for the year. So we got LNC net gain 257, almost 258 bucks. That's 36.9%. One of my first stocks that I got in. So that's nice to see. EDP up 20%, 150 bucks. 9% on KO, 5 bucks. Almost 20% KMI. Almost 20% VZ. Down 15% on BGS. 15% BGS, lost 68 bucks. It's a small loss. I mean, you can't win them all. And negative 0.4% of UAN, one of my originals. So I lost $4. And again, the ones I sold, I don't even think they're bad companies. It's just not following my thesis moving forward. And I have to adjust things around. I want to keep finding different plays that I want to keep in. When I look at the three dividend plays I still have, super long term. Like I'm talking about, 10, 15 years, I feel like it has that type of potential. WBA, whether they get bought out or not. If they get bought out, cool, I'll take that cash. If they don't, I still think they have a strong turnaround opportunity with Tim Wentworth. Nat, again, fundamentally strong. I think it's misunderstood. I think the tanker industry at least has a 10-year runway. Now, will I hold this stock for 10 years? We'll see. But I think it's the risk for the reward that's going to have. It's undeniable. And it'd be silly not to take advantage. And that's why it's the largest position in my dividend pack. And so here's some more 2024 realized results in more visual format you can see. And so what I have is for the dividend pack, my net gain was $509 overall. So I was up 13.3% for the year on realized gains, which is awesome for a dividend company. So for dividend portfolio. So 13% realized and still getting paid quarterly on the ones that you still have. Awesome. So awesome year overall. Obviously, these are my first two losses ever, like taking realized losses ever in the dividend pack, but that's okay. I mean, I can't hold on to stuff out of ego for not be able to get a gain out of it. So I sold those to get the money back and to put that into my fund for laptops.